Okay, here we are again. All capital letter. Looks like it says Superior Court of California, County of Sacramento. But that's American Sign Language. Chicago Manual of Styles, page 666 says that when you mix two different languages together, it corrupts the text. So right there, whatever that says, it appears to say Superior Court of California, County of Sacramento in capital letters. Underneath it, it says, in English, Carroll Miller Justice Center, traffic. And it has an address with the zip code, which means that it's in the District of Columbia. Well, everybody here reading this channel, if you've seen my videos, you know that I don't live in the District of Columbia. I've corrected my status. Then what we have here is an all capital letter version of my name, and it's sent to a zip code, which I don't live in the District of Columbia, and I've already established that on the public record. So I wrote, return to sender, no person alive here by that name. Okay, because that name right there is a legal fiction. It's a dead corporation that they created. The International Monetary Fund created from the birth certificate fraud. Then I just decided to write where it says Sacramento CA. CA is not abbreviation for California. So I wrote foreign corporation, DUN number 071549,000. Then I wrote state of California, in relation to that. But so I'm return to sender right now. I'm going to go do that. But I also wrote de facto Municipal United States Inc. is bankrupt because this company here is a subsidiary of that company, and that's bankrupt now, and it has been since I think 2014. That's why the Trump administration is doing everything it's doing, because it's a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. That I also wrote, this is a new one I wrote, fraud in the inducement, because fraud in the inducement means to trick people through similar word magic. That's exactly what they've been doing and are doing. Because remember, there are no courts right now for living men and women. Get it through your heads. If you go there, if you go there and you answer these kind of there are no courts for living men and women at all, anywhere. Okay, those are all for corporations, and that's why they use codes, because they can't use the supreme law of the land in there. There are no injured parties. The state of California, Inc. is not an injured party. You can't injure a dead corporation. So this is what this is based on. This is just actual notice, not actual notice, but constructive notice. That's it. That's why I'm making this video. It's not because I'm trying to educate people. It's because now it's on the public record that I do not consent with this private contractor forcing me to sign a contract at gunpoint. And what happened was, I got pulled over while I was traveling, and they kidnapped me, put me in the back of the cop car, forced me to sign a contract, driving without a license, and I don't drive. So, and also I wasn't for hire. That's what drive means. And so that's what they did. And then I wrote UCC 1-308, which means I reserve all rights. So what that means is, when you reserve all rights, that means you have the right to not be forced to contract by a foreign corporation masquerading as the government. Hey, I just want to tell you guys something. This happened once already, but at the same time that contract offer came to the place where I received the mail, they also sent my daughter's mom a jury duty notice, which is just another contract offer. And so they did that before, same day. So this is sorcery. This is evil doing. And the reason why they do that is because they want to divide the families. That's part of the Communist Manifesto, divide the families. And they've done a great job in my house. But so then what they want to do is they want to make it appear like everything's real. They want to make that she thinks that it's real. Probably 99% of the people watching this video probably think that the courts are real. That when you go there, you're being addressed, and you absolutely are not. And when she's called for jury duty, guess what happens? In a real common law court, the jury hands down the sentence. Okay, in these military tribunals everywhere going on, all these municipal courts and administrative courts, the judge hands down the sentence, which is not a real court. That's a military tribunal, and I'm telling you the truth. It would take too long for me to explain all that to everybody again right now. But this is, once again, I will remind you, this is why they're dressed in black, because they're mourning the dead. That's what they do, including the Supreme Court justices. Those guys hand down a sentence as well. And you know, when they hand down the sentence, you know what they say when you read those Supreme Court case laws? They say, first of all, they're practicing, because they're not real. They're de facto. They're not de jure, but they're practicing. And they say, when they hand down the sentence, they say it is their opinion. That's what they say. Say it's the opinion. So think about these things that I'm telling you. Anyway, so the other thing I want to tell you, this is part one, but part two is coming, because now I have to notice the chief of police of my political status documents of the city of Rancho Cordova Corporation. That's the next move, and I'm going to record that. All right. Peace be with you. All right, here we are. I do not consent with your foreign corporation that masquerades as the government and its contract offer. I absolutely do not consent.